So America has the greatest of great problems. The greatest country in the world has to have the greatest problems. The darkest darks, and yet the brightest brights. The most egregious embodiments of anger. The most stellar sentiments of success. Promised land. That's what Barack Obama decided to call his book when he was all done. He looked back on it. He was saying, dang, America got it right when it comes to dreaming. All men created equal. When it comes to dreaming, that's the dream. That's the truth. Let's get to it, America. Let's be the greatest nation in the world where we set our sights on nothing less than superiority over all, causing shock and awe to the pretenders. Those who want to take the easy route to get to where we got. Those who want to skip the sense of responsibility that only Americans can understand. I said it's that sense of responsibility that only those who have lived in this land know. Our sentiments are superior. Nothing less but the best. So, I think I was saying something about egregious embodiments of anger. Egregious embodiments of anger. That's called alliteration. That's what Old English poetry was all about. The first sounds of the words, not the last. It's a different kind of poetry that you might not recognize. But respect has been wrought by works of righteousness. Respect has been wrought by works of righteousness. Do I need to say names for you to understand America? Do I have to say a name? How great is the hate in America? I don't even need to say their names, do I? Arab Americans don't have to say names. Arab Americans? Last I checked, we weren't so popular after 9/11. 2002 or so is when our hate landed. We weren't even on nobody's maps till we blew some shit up. I be that. Yeah, even Dave Chappelle was talking about being on the airplane and some Arab dudes get on. Oh, shit. A bunch of Arab dudes are getting on my plane? I'm not comfortable with that shit. And I'm Arabic. Yeah. Egregious embodiments of anger. George Floyd. Egregious. It was egregious before George Floyd, but it was so egregious to watch that video and the hate with no words, trying to be crafty, beguile. Illusory. The style of racism in America is like, you gotta shine so much light on this bullshit. You have no choice, but you gotta shine light on this bullshit. Out cheer. Damn, we just finished our first year since George Floyd. And believe me, I Can't Breathe wasn't a new thing then. It was getting old back then. I Can't Breathe was getting old. May 25th, 2020. That shit was getting hella old. I know you can't breathe, motherfucker. That's why my knee's on your neck. That's what Chauvin wanted to say. What if he just came out and said that? Bitch, I know you can't breathe. I'm killing your ass. What if Chauvin just came out and said it with his words? He sure said that shit with his knee. Did he give a fuck if he killed that man? Over bullshit? Fucking fake $20 bills that didn't even get exchanged? Motherfucker. For me just to have one on my person is illegal now? Lord, y'all are looking for some stupid ass reasons to kill people. Selling cigarettes. Who was selling cigarettes? Starts with an E. His first name starts with an E. His last name started with a G. The I Can't Breathe got pretty loud for me back then. I could hear it. I can't breathe. He's trying out some new chokehold he learned trying to be like a fucking UFC star or some shit. Right across the trachea, crushing his trachea. That's the stupidest way to do a choke. You got to get him in the crook of your elbow. And he's fine. You ain't crushing their windpipe. You're cutting off their carotids and they go to sleep after 2 seconds. Boom. Learn how to do your job. Now, we say defund police. Where the fuck you all gonna get police that know how to do a chokehold properly? Who the fuck wants that job? I'll tell you who wants that job. Take every 2 of them, you fire one, keep the better one. And if that motherfucker ain't living up to the wages, he's got double wages. Each cop gets paid double because they cut the other ones. The one is doing 2 jobs. And so if he needs you to come through, you better be about your shit, because there's only going to be 3 cops there. And there's going to be hella people. And we got to keep the peace. But this is that real peacekeeping. Real peacekeepers have community connections. Real peacekeepers have community connections. It takes a village. Peace takes a village. And all we can worry about is our own part. All we can worry about is doing our own part properly and doing no more and no less. Memorial Day weekend is here. This is Memorial Day traffic. Glad I did not bring my dog. Be sitting in here. I'd be worried about giving him water because it's so hot. Did he get enough water before I left? We remember those who were fallen for this promised land, as Barack Obama called it. We remember those who died so that we could have a real promised land. Like the 442nd Japanese. Real talk right there. The 100th. The Japanese Americans that You think we'd have won World War II without the Japanese? You think we could have won World War II without them? Who was first in, first out? We showed up and they handled it. 442nd, bro. The Japanese American veterans. That's who held it down in World War II. That's who went in first. First in every time. Greatest danger, we going in every time and we handling it. That's Americans right there. America. That's America right there. Japanese Americans. World War II. Having their loyalties questioned at home. Their families displaced. Their businesses upended. Their whole futures wiped out. Because of fake America. Trying to get to MAGA. And haven't realized that we got some Praga. Some problems. America's never been a spotless lamb. Spotless, immaculate America. Immaculate America has not happened. We've had blots and blemishes for many a year. Maculations. There, I'm showing off my vocabulary. I know I'm supposed to put this into writing only. That's supposed to be a literary word only. To maculate as a verb. Inactive verb. To mark. To besmudge. To put a little blot of ink on. America. Home of the free, land of the brave. Now, there were many soldiers of every color that won World War II. And I'm not trying to tell you like I know all about all the heroes in the wars. And I know there's been a great many of them who were fairly complected. There were a great many war heroes that were fairly complected. Yeah. But your ratios are off. Because your ratios must align with probability. Or they will be exposed for their insufficiencies. Exposed for their insufficiencies. Insufficiencies. There we go. There we go. Oh, America has the greatest problems. The greatest stories. The greatest values. The greatest heroes. Now, when I say greatest heroes, please understand, those from other lands, that I am biased to my own motherland. For me, the greatest heroes are Americans. The everyday Americans behind the scenes, demonized in the public for their color or creed or affections. For their color or creed or affections. Affections, yeah. Hate goes all kinds of ways, but it likes all the ways that ain't straight because it cuts corners. Trying to be too quick. So when I say goodbye, I say 5 blessings flow. And I can't, because I'm driving, I can't use my hands, so just count with me. Blessings flow. Blessings flow. Blessings flow. Blessings flow. Blessings flow. Bye now.